Right, we've got V1 going up against the Grim Ripper.
Oh, you can hear it spin up. Grim Ripper looks better every time I see it.
Grim Ripper, this awesome undercutter with the crazy shell design from Nelson Byros in Massachusetts. V1 coming at you from Rolla, Missouri, Mason Mannion.
It's so hard for V1 to get a hit on the shape of Grim Ripper. Just deflects everything.
It's just one big roundy wedge.
This is the first event for V1.
Yeah, they've been fighting in Missouri and in the Midwest for 6 years, it says, but this is their first time here in NHRL.
Yeah,
and first event for this robot.
In a nice looking robot for a first time out to NHRL. Just chipping away at Grim Ripper. Grim Ripper moving a little bit worse here than at the start. Oh!
Where'd it go?
Where did they go?
There they go. It's like they teleported behind the house spot.
Grim Ripper never works too good upside down. You can see there the left wheel is not spinning on Grim Ripper. The weapon is, the right wheel is, but they are down a side of drive, and that's not good, especially when they're upside down.
That wheel looks like it's kind of hanging off of the mount for it as well. It's not quite attached right.
V1 being a little hesitant here. Grim Ripper able to self-right. And V1 loses the opportunity to send them flying again.
Well, I mean, it's early in the day. V1 might just be saving their stuff. Maybe they don't want to go full send right now, you know?
Halfway through the fight here, V1 has to be leading it on the judges' scorecard so far as Grim Ripper's condition is worse, and I have seen nothing but attack out of V1, save for maybe a moment there when Grim Ripper was stuck behind the house robot.
Really great first showing for Mason and V1. You're bringing in a bot from just a completely different ecosystem at Missouri and showing what they can do in this very competitive 12-pound weight class.
You hear the 1 minute call there from the ref as Grim Ripper hits the ceiling almost on that hit.
Oh, did you see that? Weapon-to-weapon impact sends Grim Ripper end over end.
So this robot V1 is actually sponsored by a video game called ULTRAKILL. Is modeled after their main character.
Oh, I like ULTRAKILL. It's a fun game.
Well, V1 is 1-0 on the day. They're looking to go to 2-0 if they can take out Grim Ripper here and punch their ticket to the tournament. However, V1 doing a little bit of a dance here, losing a side of drive on their own. And is the weapon down too, Kyle?
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely not spinning at the speed that it was.
Spinning back up, 8 seconds left, and definitely some maneuverability issues, some weapon issues. However, Grim Ripper not moving at all as we get the countdown. The prove it period starts. You could see the weapons working on both. Drive,
yeah,
not great on either robot.
In isolation, not a great prove it for V1, but compared to Grim Ripper, it's just fine.
Yeah, a bit better than Grim Ripper.
All the way through, and they want to change that.
Only one of them is going to get to carry it all the way through in this fight, though. V1 themed and based off of the video game ULTRAKILL, the main character of which has the same color scheme. And if you've seen it drive today, it has the same blistering speed you would expect from a robot with this theming.
We'll see if they can keep it up, and we'll see if it's enough to take out Carolina Reaper.
Got to remind the ULTRAKILL devs of what is happening here at the House of Havoc. They have an avatar of their game here in the cage right now, about to take on an avatar of spice, an avatar of heat.
Avatar of heat. Yeah, no, I should have said something sooner, but I was just letting that percolate in my brain, marinate in my brain, if you will.
We've seen so many big wheels today. It's so interesting to see which ones make it the farthest, the sort of cream of the crop of these big wheels. Loving this archetype in the meta. It's so fun to watch. It's fun to watch it dominate. They're fun to watch explode. So no matter who wins or loses, I think this is going to be a great fight.
We will see. It's really interesting to me looking at V1.
5, 4,
doesn't look like they've upped
3,
the armor. We'll see if that works out.
1. Fight, robots, fight.
Quick start from V1. Carolina Reapers surprisingly not rushing their opponent.
V1 giving them
Oh.
time to spin up and
Is there a false start perhaps?
clock's ticking down. They're kind of giving them time to breathe. I would not be doing this.
Interesting. Carolina Reaper may be just dead out the gate.
No, they're moving.
No, okay.
What a
Very strange.
that
Carolina
was,
Reaper weapon is spun up. They're driving. What happened?
that was so honorable by the driver of V1 Mason.
Ooh, that one hurt. Look at the spokes on Carolina Reaper are getting torn. They're now up on their side, unable to move. This does look like a robot situation where if the robot was functioning, they'd be able to get down, but if the, ooh, that was a rough hit against Flo, the house bot. V1 taking some self-inflicted damage before
Tap
really
out.
rubbing it in Carolina Reaper's face.
There's the tap out. Clearly, we're not perfectly and fully functional from the start, but all. Documentary released from NHRL directly for Zach Knight. Is he going to be taken down by? I don't want to call V1 a rookie, but compared to Prometta?
Yeah, that's a great point. Compared to Prometta, absolutely a rookie, practically a baby.
Well, the driver has been competing in combat robots for 6 years, but V1 itself, that's a fresh record.
4,
Exactly.
3,
The robot,
2,
not the drone.
1.
Fight,
Away
robots,
we
fight.
go. Very fast start from V1, very slow start from Prometta. We've seen this from Zach today.
V1 dodging Prometta.
When you have so much room in the box, sometimes the box rush is more dangerous than anything else.
Especially in Cage 1. Here we go. V1 looks in less control than Prometta.
Ooh, that was a big weapon-to-weapon hit. V1 going flying.
V1's weapon already down. That might have been the deciding shot right there. It got you back on your head, but at what cost?
Ooh, that was a corkscrew kind of effect on V1 as it flews through the air. The weapon is not spinning on V1. Let's see if they can get it back up. No, I think that is jammed hard, but Prometta still lethal.
Lethal indeed. A great word to describe this compact killing machine. Prometta sort of has free reign to take weapon to weapon, but you've got to be careful because, oh, that's pieces of V1 starting to come off.
It really is, and there's only so many pieces you can lose before things start to break. That was their left-hand armor package. You can see some of the left-hand armor package still remains caught up in the wheels. This is what Zach wants to do, take apart his opponent piece by piece while there's relatively low chance of damage. And there it is. That is going to be an unstick. As soon as the unstick is called, Zach hits again, taking a couple of easy shots, trying to do some damage.
Looks like it was hard to get the geometry on anything meaningful, but
It was. V1 walked away from that relatively unscathed, but they haven't been self-righted yet.
V1 had to show that they're still able to control part of this fight, but in the last minute, it doesn't look like crowd is cheering for they got V1 back on its feet, but can they do anything to wrangle Prometta and stop the bleeding?
Ooh. End over end.
Uh-oh, up on the kick plate with no unstick left. Here's the KO count incoming any second now.
This could be the end for V1. This could be the impetus for a V2, Duma.
Oh, they got V2 on their shirt. They got a V2 already. Prometta, once again.